you will be redirected to this particular page, which you can utilize. And this is App Engine Studio, and yeah, everything. Any questions you have for this particular session that we had right now? Anything you want to navigate somewhere, or you want to ask questions, how things basically works?
Will you be cover the design studio or app engine studio in this course?
Uh, yeah, we can create some of the apps using App Engine Studio also, and Form Designer we can create some of the forms. These things will be covered, but we will tend to go with the fundamentals first. We will create tables first, and then we will design the form using the Form Designer. And yes, we can create one application also from App Engine Studio. uh, it's something like, let's say whatever you design, whatever you're trying to learn, first of all, take the understanding of the fundamentals. So in ServiceNow, or even in any of the learning tool, or whatever you're trying to learn, let's say you're trying to learn English, so you have to learn the alphabet first, A B C D F G, and try to
Yeah,
create words out of it.
definitely.
Yeah.
We will go first. We will go with the administration, and then we will move into the
App Engine
developer.
Studio is the most advanced version to
Oh,
create some of the application. It is a faster way of doing application development also, and yeah, it is definitely a low code approach. But I will show you what is actually going behind the scenes. So the App Engine Studio is basically an advanced app. Let's say uh, if you click on Studio, so there are two studios to design these applications. First is this particular studio, and the second one is this App Engine Studio. Let me show you both of them. So this was the original studio. We previously created all of these applications. We created tables first. We created their field types, and then we redesigned the form using the form layout. Then came the form designer in the picture. Then there came this particular studio, this original studio application, which was helpful to create any of the application from studio. And now we have this particular App Engine Studio. All of these things do the same thing. This is the most advanced version. Even Studio was more of what do you say, a little critical, or more coding related version. But this particular thing is, what do you say, it's exactly a no code approach. You just have to give the name of these application, give the name of the fields, and everything will be taken care by this App Engine Studio. This is a good way. Yeah, I will definitely cover this one also. uh, I will also let you know what is actually going behind the scenes. So if you create one particular application, let's say, uh, so in our initial days, we tend to create tables first, and all of these things still reside in ServiceNow. We still utilize this. So everything is created as a table. It's like an SQL. So SQL contains a table, SQL contains its rows and columns and everything. So if we look at incident also, incident is also a table inside ServiceNow. And you can say it is a table inside a database. So it works like that. So this particular table has so many columns, and these columns have their particular data type. Let's say it's a type of string, an integer, a reference field, or any other thing, a date time field. So this is the basic fundamental thing of how you actually create an application. You create a table first, you create its fields first, fields then, and you configure those fields, and you configure the behavior of those fields. Okay, this field will only be able to accept numbers. Okay, this field will only be able to accept date. So you can configure all these things and all of these behavior, and when these things will uh, you're done with them, you will be able to use any particular. So this is how the form will actually look like. So this incident form contains, these are the columns which we have seen: number column, caller column, and all of these things. Short description will take some text. limited to a particular length, and description will be of a major higher length. So okay, if I give you an overview of these things, let's say, so whenever you create a new incident, you people must also be have a little idea of also like how a ticket gets created, how it gets assigned to someone, and how someone works on it and resolves it. So let's say I am a person, I have an issue, I created one incident ticket. How I created it, let's say I click on this left hand navigator and I click on this create new incident. It will take the number automatically, and in the caller field I will type my name, or type any other person's name also, and what is the category I'm trying to create a ticket for. Let's say I have a issue with my hardware, so what will be the subcategory of it? Okay, I have an issue with my keyboard, and some of these things, let's say uh, my keyboard is not working. Okay, if it is not working, how are you typing? Yeah, but something. uh, so I've created this, and I can create and submit this. Then that particular person, whomsoever that this particular incident will assign to, they can decide the impact or the urgency. Or if I'm actually very much impacted, I can also create something. Okay, let's say I'm impacted a lot with this, so the priority will automatically be set to 1. This priority, you can say it is a read only field. You cannot edit this field. This gets changed automatically with a combination of impact and urgency. Let's say I have an impact of 3 low and urgency 2 medium, so the priority will automatically get set to low. But if I have an impact of low but urgency is high, this will be set to moderate, and so on and so forth. This automatically gets changed, and I submit this ticket, or I created or saved this ticket. So this ticket will then be assigned to a particular assignment group. Whatever the business has taken, their business requirements, so they can assign it to, let's say, hardware group. And inside hardware group, uh, who will take care of this particular thing? Let's say ITL user will take care of it. So this user will work on it, try to connect to that person. Now state of the ticket will change to work in progress. He can, let's say he have submitted some post, please mention actual issue, and he submitted something, and he placed this thing on hold because he's waiting for the user to respond, awaiting the caller. So this ticket will now be, placed with user only, and the state of this ticket will be on hold. Previously it was in progress. And okay, okay, some script, client script is running on this basically, we can see. But yeah, he can change the state of the ticket, and when he's done, he can resolve it. And by giving the resolution code, okay, this is resolved, solution provided, changed keyboard or something, and he can save the ticket. And when the ticket is resolved, it will wait for some time before even getting actually closed. So there is a default waiting period of uh, let's say 7 days or 3 days or 5 days that has been set by your organization, and this ticket will automatically change to closed state when that particular period reaches. And if you want to close it right now, you can actually close it instantly if the business allows you to do that. And when you close it, some of the fields will become read only, you cannot edit them. So this is basically a little overview of the incident form. But yeah, we can create these applications. And what tomorrow we will learn, I will post one more recording for you guys to actually how to create the account and how to request for a particular PDI. This is not my laptop right now, so I will go and grab my own laptop and then we'll show you how to do that. Yep. Some things we will cover tomorrow is how do you actually navigate. We've done the navigation also, some little form configurations, and yeah, we'll learn about the lists and the filters, the list which we have seen. Let's say this one, you can apply some of the filters. How do you apply the filters on this? And we have also learned about the form right now. We will also take the overview of form tomorrow. And then we can actually start with configuring the application. We can try to configure the form, rearrange some of the fields, change the type of the field, change the behavior of the particular form. Let's say I want to implement one behavior where I click on something and some things will automatically pop up or automatically fill. These form behaviors we can try to implement tomorrow. So, yep, this is it. Anything you want to ask after this?
Gaurav, just a quick question. How many classes will be there and on which days these classes will be?
So these will be Monday to Friday, and roughly about uh, 40 to 45 classes will be there. No, no, one and a half, roughly around 30 to 35 classes only, and we will be able to cover this only on Monday to Friday. If you have something, you can post to the coordinator, and I will definitely be able to help you on that. If you have some question, let's say you want to, you're working on a one particular script and you want help in that, you can post, and I will be able to give you the solution.
And will this session be interactive and practicals?
Yes, there will be definitely. Whatever we will do, I will give you some of the assignments also. I have some things in my mind. I have some applications that we will create. These applications will be, you can try to create them in your own PDI. You can play around with them, configure them, change the behavior, and so many things. Yeah, they will be interactive a lot.
And will you help to get the ServiceNow certification as well?
For this particular thing, you can ask Prasad, the coordinator. He will help you out. Yeah, I heard this thing that there will be. So yeah, he can give you more insights on this.
Okay. And so whatever is like out of the box ServiceNow application is there, and we can do some customization also. So customization will be part of it, right?
Yes, configuration and customization will all be part of the development course. You can modify the fields. You can rearrange some of the fields. You can also create your own applications inside ServiceNow, which we call custom apps. You can do that also. So there will be integrations, flow designers, email notifications, scripting, a lot of them, working on service catalog, creating catalog items, submitting, modifying these catalog items,
Okay.
replacing their workflows, or designing the whole workflow according to the business requirement. I will give you one workflow also. So we will create, I have a plan to create one very useful application. We will create them that in this particular class, and which will actually include all of these things, the business requirement, how the things will flow. One person clicks on something, let's say one request gets created, that request gets assigned to someone fulfills that request. What will happen after that fulfilling? Whether it will trigger an integration, it will trigger emails, to notify the people, okay, this particular request is now resolved or something. We will do all these things.
And just last question, if there is any issue with a user, so how we will be able to debug it? What are the like steps we can follow? Will that be part of this class as well?
Issue with the user, what do you mean by that? What kind of issue?
Like you are saying that you can impersonate user and they are having
Yes.
some type of.
Yes. So let's say what I have recently explained. Let's say there is one person sitting in Bangalore saying, "I'm getting such and such error, and I'm not able to submit my particular form." So can you help me on that? So you will as a help desk guy, you will ask them to please replicate your issue, or at least send me the screenshot what error you are receiving. So that person is not able to capture the screenshot because that error is very short lived or short timed. So you can actually impersonate that particular person,
Right.
their profile, and go to that particular record or the page that they're facing the error on, and you can actually see, okay, this is the error. Then you can end the impersonation and work on your resolution and provide them the solution.
So yeah, so I just like asking like little deep. For an example, customer is user is having an issue, and if we can navigate like this page is having some issue, or if it is like some database level, some roles issue, or what type of why he's not able to see this data or not getting the
Yes.
desired. So how we will be able to troubleshoot? So we that will be also part of this course, right?
Yes. So let's say, yeah, we have a lot of issues. Let's say some user comes up, I'm not able to access this particular application and my colleagues are able to access. So that is probably a roles issue or permissions issue. And you can navigate and see, okay, yeah, actually this person is having access to 5 modules only, and his colleagues have access to 7 modules. So you have seen, okay, he's not at all able to access. There is a security constraint error that he's seeing. So you can then end his impersonation and provide him privileges and access to that particular application, and then you can resolve his particular issue. There are many methods of actually resolving a particular issue.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Abhishek. Anyone, you can ask any type of questions. If I have an actual answer, I will definitely try to help you on this. uh, Please don't refrain from asking. You can ask anything related to ServiceNow. I will be able to help it.
So if nobody is asking, so I just want to ask one more thing. So I was working before like Oracle side and now in ServiceNow.
Mhm.
I would like to know the like future of the service now if I get this course or some have knowledge about this. So what type of the jobs and what type of the market will be in near future if you have some idea.
Yeah, so I'm seeing this market from like since I started my journey in last 8 years. Uh, and before that also I was part of some other ITSM tools, which were basically
AMC remedy or something else.
yeah, basically the physical infra tools. I worked with BMC Remedy, also I worked with IBM Tivoli, and I also worked with Micro Focus Service Manager. All of these are basically ticketing tools, but they were installed on a particular hardware. We were able to see that, we were able to configure that. And yeah, I've seen the market growing, from moving from these tools to actually ServiceNow. So yeah, there is a huge scope and still a huge future for ServiceNow, because what all modules these people are implementing, they are still so many modules to learn. Let's say there are modules of main ITSM module, which is the basic structure of it. There are HRSD module, there are CSM, there are some FSM modules also. What are these? HR is the basic HR service module, which will help an employee to get onboarded or offboarded. Uh, you have these real scenarios, right? Uh, every company wants to have a particular system that will track a record of, okay, how many employees actually got onboarded in last month. So how an employee will be onboarded, they have to submit a particular form. Okay, you will be requiring this particular location, this particular asset. Okay, submit this request and we will deliver these things to you. And this and then there will be a payslip module. So many modules that can be implemented inside ServiceNow. So yeah, it's a big deal, man. The future is very bright. Even I'm also very excited for all these things. What ServiceNow is at, basically, it basically you know keeps a hold of, what do you say, 80 to 90% of market share. People, any organization you can go on, mm, it's 8 out
Yeah,
of 10 organization will be having ServiceNow implemented, or they will be having a future plans to implement ServiceNow. They are getting rid of their old ticketing tools. Not even, you cannot see it as a ticketing tool only, but other modules also. Yes, Abhishek, you were saying something.
yeah, I totally agree with you because whenever I talk with my friends, so everyone is saying that they are using ServiceNow. even they are in banking domain or TCS, SCL type of company,
Exactly.
some product-based companies. So everyone is nowadays using ServiceNow tool. But just wanted to know which area will be like more suitable so that we can grow in ServiceNow technology. So it's like
So
development, admin, or I'm not sure if there is more in this area.
the thing that I can say is, which will be more beneficial for anyone, is development actually. Um,
Okay.
because first of all, the salaries, they are very lucrative, and if you can, jump into some other advanced modules, let's say integrations, you have an expertise in integrations, or you're trying to learn other AI modules, which are still very new. People are not learning these AI, Gen AI and everything that is implemented inside ServiceNow, or uh, chat, connect chat, or any other things that are implemented in ServiceNow. These are the things that you can grab a hold of, become an expert in this, and the sky is the limit for you. So that's what I can say actually for ServiceNow.
If I have any other questions, so can I get your number or
You can connect with Prasad, the coordinator, and
this
if you have any
number
questions, you can post him. They will be redirected to me, and I can also post the answers to him.
that works?
Hi,
Okay.
Gaurav. I have one question.
Yes.
You said the service now having the different modules, and will you be going to cover the ITSM along with the any other module, or you will be going to cover only ITSM module?
So we will be covering ITSM only. Other modules, they are, first of all, some of them are paid modules, which will not be given freely inside our personal developer instance. So they will be paid by the actual user or the actual customers. But yeah, there are some of the modules also which I can show you the overview of if I have an access to them. So like CSM, or there are HRSD modules also. I can give you an overview of, but please try to understand, if you learn ITSM thoroughly, you can literally learn any module because the concept is same. The fundamentals are actually same. There are fields, there are form configurations, there are tables, and there are other data types. There are similar kind of email notifications that are, let's say you've created one incident ticket, and that incident ticket is created for you. It will trigger an email notification. Okay, Nagaraju, this particular incident number 001 is created for you. Please have a look at it. Similarly, an HR case. Let's say an HR case is created on your behalf. Okay, your salary has been created, so you will get a triggered email, which we basically actually get in our organizations automatically. So these things you can configure. Some other modules, I can show you an overview of them, but some of them are paid. So it is a good idea to learn the ITSM module first, because it is a full-fledged module. Everything is built taking ITSM as a base. So ITSM is basically the base of all of these modules.
Oh, okay, okay. The functionality of the each module is the same. The functionality and the
So the
configuration.
core functionality is same, configurations
Mm.
are same, but the business implementations, or there are some of the business logics that will be completely
Okay.
different from ITSM,
Oh, okay, okay, got
but
it.
the structure or the base is same.
Okay. Even PDA also ServiceNow haven't provided any other modules installations.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
default, when you open the PDI or log into the PDI, you will be presented with ITSM modules only. But if you want to install some others, some of them are freely available, some of them are paid. In ServiceNow store, you can access them and you can work on them.
Okay, got it. Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so we will cover everything related to the ITSM model, right, in this course.
Yes,
Okay.
all of them, incident, problem, and change, all of the configurations,
Hmm.
uh, a lot of form configuration, a lot of table designing, working with workflows and flow designers, and a little part of integrations also will be covered.
we will have the knowledge about the tables as well, right? Sys dot like sys underscore user dot list, and how we will be able to go to tables, and how we will be
Yes,
able to
yes.
get the data.
So yeah, the one main, and thank you for raising this point, Abhishek. The one main table that we have in ServiceNow is this user table, is actually keeps a record of all of the users inside ServiceNow, which is actually a sys underscore user table. We call it sys user table. Uh, Keeps a record of all of the users that are there inside ServiceNow. So you might also be, having this idea. Let's say uh, last month 50 people joined an organization, so we'll have to create a users of these 50 people inside ServiceNow so they can access this particular application. Or let's say 10 people left the organization last month, so you'll have to deactivate them or delete them from ServiceNow so they don't have an illegal access to this particular application. So these all things will be taken care by administrators. They will be completely responsible for all these things. And yeah, they will be done by this user table. And there are some other tables, let's say incident table, which I showed you in the tables module, which had all of these columns and everything. We can see all of these tables. We can create our own new tables also.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Thank you. And this is it for today's class. I will create one recording to how to actually log in, create an account, and create a PDI for you. So in tomorrow's class, I hope that everyone will have a PDI up
And
and
this,
ready.
this session will be 1.5 hours.
Yes, it will be.
Okay. And we will be able to access all the recordings also in future.
Yes, sure. I will post
Is
the recordings in the Google Cloud link. That link will be shared to you by Prasad.
okay. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day.